This Viking cruise has everything: golden temples, mysterious landscapes, amazing views, secret tunnels, the finest and not so finest cuisine, and of course, one beautiful luxury ship. Let's go! Welcome to Southeast Asia, a region of vibrancy, colour and energy. This is our very first visit, and honestly, we're buzzing harder than a Bangkok tuk-tuk in rush hour. In this massive new video, we're ticking off a long-time bucket list voyage, a 14-night journey from Bangkok to Hong Kong, winding our way through some of the most iconic corners of the region, from Thailand's golden temples and Cambodia's local markets to Vietnam's lively Ho Chi Minh City and the dreamlike limestone peaks of Ha Long Bay, before finishing in dazzling, chaotic, delicious Hong Kong. Imagine New York and Tokyo thrown together, then draped dramatically across a hillside. And we're doing it in serious style, sailing with one of our favourite cruise lines on board one of our favourite ships, Viking Venus. It's a journey steeped in history and heartbreak, bursting with adventure and naturally packed with food. The divine, the daring, and the downright disgusting.
Cheers.
Oh, no wonder it smells down here. Welcome to Bangkok, in Thailand. We've just landed with the Viking group, and we're now heading to a minibus. It's going to take us for our home for the next 2 nights. The Shangri-La, the beautiful Shangri-La Hotel. We've been invited by Viking Cruises UK to join them on a 2-week adventure from Bangkok to Hong Kong, winding our way through Vietnam and Cambodia, and I can tell you now, this itinerary is an absolute bucket list belter. But first, a little prelude of luxury, a 2-night pre-extension Bangkok city stay at the legendary Shangri-La Hotel. Talk about starting this adventure with a bang. The Shangri-La team greeted us with jasmine wrist garlands, fragrant little halos of hospitality, and whisked us to the famous Long Bar for an ice-cold welcome drink and nibbles while they handled check-in. Efficiency with a side of elegance. Before long, we were shown to our room high up on the 18th floor, a peaceful perch above the chaos of Bangkok, with the river glinting below like a scene from a Bond film. Let's have a look.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's really widen the view. Whoa. What a beautiful room, Helen. Let's have a look. Look at that. Is incredible.
Isn't that lovely?
Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is amazing. Transfixed by one of the most arresting views we've ever had out of a hotel window, we didn't notice that the sun was going down, so after a quick freshen up, we met in the lobby for dinner at Salathip, the hotel's traditional Thai restaurant. A tasting menu awaited, beautifully spiced, fragrant, and just the right level of, let's see if we can handle this. Mid-meal, elegant dancers appeared, performing traditional Thai routines as we dined riverside. The finale, an iced coconut and smoked soup with water chestnut pearls, as if dessert had decided to reinvent itself as performance art. With a 14-hour flight the night before, we both slept like the dead that night, and only the shrill insistence of the alarm managed to haul us out in time for our included city tour of Bangkok. But first, breakfast by the river. Well, good morning from the Shangri-La in Bangkok. Look at that, breakfast by the river. The buffet was a festival of temptation. Noodles, pastries, fruit curry, and yes, ice cream. We briefly flirted with the idea of starting the day with a scoop of mango sorbet, but ever the traditionalists, we settled for a freshly made omelette. In the hotel lobby, we met our guide, Joe, who handed out our personal audio devices with the authority of a man who's seen too many tourists wander off into traffic. Then it was onto the coach for a drive through the buzzing Bangkok streets to our first stop, the Grand Palace. Well, good morning from Bangkok in Thailand, and more specifically, the Grand Palace. So this was the first tour of the day. And, oh my goodness, the weather is perfect, bringing out those colours. A monk there, look, just coming this way. I'll tell you what, you're getting it all today, Helen. And it's only 9:57. Right, we're going to go in, and this place is enormous. I've never seen anything so intricate as this. The Grand Palace is the Bangkok icon, one of Thailand's most visited and photographed landmarks. It covers an area of 218,400 square metres and is wrapped in 1.9 kilometres of walls. Inside, it's not so much a palace as an entire royal universe. Temples, halls, courtyards and gardens all jostling for space in a blaze of gold, red and intricate tiles. Built in 1782 by King Rama I, who founded Bangkok as the new capital of Siam, it served as the official royal residence for over 140 years. Even after the monarchy swapped absolute power for constitutional formality in 1932, the palace remained a ceremonial heart of the nation, hosting royal events and visiting dignitaries while moonlighting as a museum for the rest of us mere mortals. It's almost like they said, build me one, but put gold in it. And then they built one. And then he said, no, I want more gold, build me another. And then they build another. And he's like, no, that's not enough. Just build me one that's more gold. And they go, where's that one? That'll do, said the king. It's like the deeper you go into this complex, the more, complex it becomes. The star attraction within the complex is Wat Phra Kaew. Sorry for the pronunciations. The Temple of the Emerald Buddha, home to Thailand's most sacred image, a small but fiercely revered statue carved from jade, although everyone else calls it emerald because, well, marketing. The king himself changes the statue's attire 3 times a year in line with the changing seasons. Now that's commitment to fashion. So we just come out of the, outer part of the palace complex. This is the mid part of the palace complex, and the inner part is behind there. And apparently it's 70% of the entire complex is behind there. So everything we've just seen is about 20 to 25% of what the whole complex is. But if that back there is golden bejeweled, what is behind there? They're like hands of the dancers we saw last night, you know, the ones with the long fingernails. There's a roof of hands. Our next stop was Wat Po, one of Bangkok's largest and oldest temple complexes, and home to the magnificent reclining Buddha. The surrounding gardens are dotted with over 90 pagodas, and for good measure is also the birthplace of traditional Thai massage. Wow, I'm completely unprepared for the size of this Buddha. And if you look at the size of this temple, he completely fills the temple. I should have done my research because I just didn't see that one coming. I just thought it was a normal size Buddha laying down, but no. This is something else. Measuring 46 metres, that's 151 feet, and entirely covered in gold leaf, the Buddha lounges like he's on an eternal spa day, representing his passing into nirvana. Inside, a corridor of 108 bronze bowls lines the temple walls, each representing one of the 108 auspicious characteristics of the Buddha. Visitors drop coins into them for luck and to support the monks, creating a gentle clinking soundtrack that's oddly soothing. Watch Helen put money into these bowls. Helen, do it a little bit more reverently. This is supposed to be an offering. Yeah, that's it. I think you have to go all the way down, yeah.
Running out of money.
Are you running out of money?
Being too generous.
And also, there's a charging station here. If you get halfway down and you need to do give a quick top up to your phone. I like that. They've built in all the good things. Nearby, a large gong stands ready for anyone who fancies generating a little extra good karma. One strike sends your good wishes echoing out into the world, and possibly into someone's TikTok. Time for some lunch. Viking have got some lunch laid on for it. There's actually 5 coachloads of Viking guests on this pre-cruise extension, so it's a very popular thing. And we're just at this hotel, isn't that wonderful? Let's go and find a space to sit. Well, good afternoon from the Shangri-La, Bangkok. Just come back from our excursion, and now we have a free afternoon. Natural thing to do is come down by the pool. Beautiful, 30 degrees, quite high humidity. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Well, it had to be done. After a well-earned lunch and a restorative dip in the pool, we headed out for pre-dinner drinks at a rather special spot. The Bamboo Bar at the Mandarin Oriental, Bangkok, appears in Season 3, Episode 5 of the White Lotus TV show, and to commemorate this, the bar had created a rather special cocktail we were all keen to try. That's the one we're here for, the White Lotus, which is a new one apparently. Tell me what you think.
Oh, nice.
Is it? There, look at that. The Vespa Martini, the Bamboo Bar. Cheers, everybody. Dinner that evening was in a local restaurant, and the food was amazing. Afterwards, we skipped the passing dessert trolley and took the hotel staff's advice and wandered to a nearby riverside bar for a nightcap. Lovely meal later, we end up in Jack's Bar. Obviously the place to be in Bangkok. And with a view like that, the Chao Phraya glittering in the city's lights, we could immediately see why they recommended it. This is so exciting. Look, got our key card. Statement 4031. Check-in was good. We're ready to get on board, aren't we, hun? It's always the most exciting bit, if you'll ask me. Never grows old. Oh, we're going through the gift shop. Look. Entry through the gift shop. Look at all these fabulous things. It's all good, isn't it? Look at all these lovely Thailand things. We are free to board the ship, honey. Here we go. Welcome to the Viking Venus. This is only our second Viking Ocean Cruise.
We've been invited by Viking on this 2-week cruise, and we've joined the ship in Lam Chabang, which is about a 2-hour drive away from Bangkok.
We enjoyed a 2-day extension, as you've probably just seen on the vlog, if you haven't fast-forwarded to this bit. And we highly recommend the extension. It's fabulous, considering how far the port is away from Bangkok.
They do offer tours to Bangkok from the ship once you're on the ship, but like Rich says, it's a 4-hour round journey. So
absolutely.
It's nice if you can actually spend some time in Bangkok first.
Absolutely. You stay in an absolutely beautiful hotel. This voyage is actually a 14-night voyage, so it's like a full 2 weeks, which is a fabulous amount of time to spend on a ship. And we visit 4 countries we've never visited before. We start in Thailand, we go to Cambodia, and then Vietnam, and then we end up in Hong Kong.
We've got quite a few overnight stops as well, so 2 or 3 days in each place that we go to, so plenty of time to do lots of excursions and find out all about those places, because these are all new places to us. All that and much, much more, including some fabulous dining. Looking forward to getting back to Manfredi's and the chef's table, and
We'll see you around the ship. Let's go.
Actually, Rich, before we do that, we're going to show the lovely viewers around our stateroom. 4031 on deck 4. Welcome to stateroom 4031. This is a standard veranda stateroom on board Viking Venus. It's a sort of standard layout for a balcony stateroom, but there's a few little Viking touches that make it, just Viking. You've got a nice big safe in there, which is a really good thing. You've got a lovely little tea and coffee area. Absolutely love these spoons. So Nordic. By the bedside, what we do like, plenty of sockets. So you've got 2 USB Type A sockets, standard European and American sockets. You've got your light switches. This one here is a night light, lovely soft bathroom light, which is perfect when you get up in the middle of the night or you get up early in the morning. And the bed itself is really comfy. Pillows to die for. Also, what we do like is all the little Nordic touches you find on Viking ships. Like this throw blanket here, it's just really nice design. Another little Viking design touch is these reading lights, which sort of tilt and turn. Big TV that shows Viking TV, all your accounts information, really slick and easy to use. The seating area is quite lovely. These chairs are really comfy. This is very Viking as well. The coffee table is leather and cloth. Another little Viking touch is the tray, full of all your bits and pieces, the Viking Daily and pieces of literature. And I do love this, the artwork on the walls. They've taken a classic scene from one of the Viking itineraries, and they've got school children to recreate them, and they are just beautiful. Another little Viking feature over here in the desk is the pop-up for preparing yourself in the evenings. You get fresh water every day, which is lovely, replenished. And across here, you've got your quiet boxes. And in here, it's a great sized drawer fridge. And they stock it up with soft drinks of your choice. Into the bathroom now. We love Viking bathrooms. Absolutely brilliant. You've got a heated floor. You've got a heated mirror. So no matter how long you spend in that lovely shower, the mirror never ever gets steamed up, which is wonderful. The shower cubicle is lovely. It's huge. Loads and loads of room. And a really powerful shower. Freya goodies there. Your stateroom comes with 2 robes, which you can use for the spa or just lounging around. And let's have a look at the balcony. There you go. There it is. Nice chairs, a really heavy table, which is a nice place to sit. Lastly, you have a mirror here. Lovely, big, full-length mirror for checking yourself out before you go out. And there you have it. Stateroom 4031. We love it. What do you think? Leave a comment. Okay then, now we were all unpacked, oriented, and pretending we knew our forward from our aft. It was time to begin, as we fully intended to continue, with a visit to the bar. Our first evening on board was spent exactly where it should be, in the Explorer's Lounge, listening to the fabulous Cecilia weave her magic on her guitar, while we eased into Viking ship life, one cocktail at a time. Dinner was, of course, at Manfredi's, because why mess with tradition? Helen kicked things off with an antipasto board, a small mountain of Mediterranean joy, while I went for the mushroom risotto, creamy, earthy, and frankly, indecently good for a starter. I followed this with a Viking bistecca steak, seared to perfection and seasoned with undoubtedly a secret recipe. Helen opted for the pillowy gnocchi, and we rounded things off with a millefeuille so delicious it made the French version seem like a value packet of custard creams. Good morning from
Mamson's Cafe. We were just having a quick coffee and breakfast roll before we get off the ship for the day. We're going to a nearby tropical fruit farm today for an excursion, short ride, and then tasting lots of tropical fruits.
Yeah, sounds amazing, doesn't it? They do 22 varieties, apparently, of tropical fruit on the farm.
Let's go and see what the tropical fruit farm has to offer.
Yeah, let's get on that coach. See you in a bit. Here we are at the fruit farm. Welcome drink.
coconut juice for refreshing.
I like to think of our guide as the Thai Susan Hellman. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do you like that, honey? Is that nice?
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
It's really nice.
Right?
Yeah, just never trust a man. Oh my goodness.
How would you feel that in us?
He's such a happy buddy. Look at that. Oh, you take a bite.
After our drink, we hopped aboard the bus for our farm tour. First stop, the beehives. The bees, as it turns out, were far more industrious than we'd been all morning. And the honey we sampled was delicious too.
Try that.
Was it good?
Yeah, go on then. Give it you, girl. Really nice, isn't it? So good.
Venturing deeper into the farm, we arrived at the mango grove, a place that smelled so divine it could have easily been marketed as Eau de Paradise.
They put them in the bags while they're still on the tree. Used to be insects eating them.
Because they smell so sweet.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. That is
Want to take photo?
a mango. Big spiky things.
That's a durian.
Ah, the king fruit, the durian, yes. Read about those.
Yeah.
The king of fruits.
King of fruit in Thailand.
Thailand.
Our final stop was a taste test of the intriguingly named salak, or snake fruit, one of the mysterious ingredients in last night's White Lotus cocktail. Let's just say it's an acquired taste, although probably less so when mixed with rum.
Thank you very
Right?
much. Thank you. Here we go.
Yeah, I should think it's alcohol.
Oh. It's like play the tongue now. Did you eat the middle bit as well?
No.
Is it like a stone? Trees are very spiky as well. Obviously to stop the little animals crawling up them and eating fruit. Isn't nature amazing? Oh, and this is what we're going for. Look at that. That's beautiful, that is. Yeah, I've never eaten jackfruit like this before, have you? It's always been like made into a burger or something.
Yeah. Or in a jar, in a tin.
Yeah.
What's it like?
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Is it?
Recharged by our tropical fruit feast, we made our way back to the ship for departure to Cambodia. Not before a heartfelt farewell from the locals, complete with waves, smiles and enough warmth to rival the midday sun. That evening began with the captain's welcome party, followed by dinner at the restaurant, offering Viking classics on the menu and a locally inspired destination selection for good measure. Jet lag now firmly exorcised, the night stretched ahead, a show in the theatre to start and a delightfully dishevelled finish in Tórshavn, where the fabulous Cecilia was back on her guitar, taking requests and raising spirits, both in the guests and at the bar.
Good morning, everybody. And it's a sea morning. I'm not actually turning up until at lunchtime into Cambodia, so we thought we would come down to the spa nice and early and well, just have a nice little chill for a couple of hours. And so we're down here at like 8 o'clock, and as you can see behind me, it's absolutely empty, which is fabulous because well, I'm not going to talk too much. Let's just show you around. Right, first off, you've got this absolutely gorgeous and enormous spa pool. And just see how well heated it is. Oh, it's heated like a bath. It's unbelievable. When I press these buttons, I think things will happen. Oh, here we go. Slight delay there, but oh my. We're getting in that in a minute. If you want things even hotter, this hot tub here, if I remember last time we were on Venus, it's so hot, you can only be in it for a few minutes. And that is amazing too. Over here, in the Nordic tradition, because of course this is a Nordic spa, there's the hot and cold experience. And in here, look at that. Oh, it's an ice room. And the snow is real, and oh, you could feel the cold. So cold. And of course, across from there is the yang to the yin, the steam room. Blooming hot in there. Lovely hot stones there, already heated up. Cold bucket shower. Now, if you pull this here, you're going to get drenched in a bucket full of cold water. So there you have it. Everything you need to know about Viking's thermal suite. Now, I'm going to go and have a little sit down.
And it doesn't stop there. Each of the changing rooms comes with its very own single-sex sauna and cold plunge pool, perfect for continuing that wholesome Nordic theme. And warning, this pool is super cold.
Of course, we finish our gym session and our spa session with a refreshing dip in the main pool. Helen loves doing her lengths. Oh, but again, here, looks really inviting.
Next stop was the Explorers Lounge, a glorious spot for a coffee and a comfy seat to watch our sail into Sihanoukville, Cambodia. That afternoon's adventure was an optional excursion this time, a Cambodian cooking class at a local hotel school. But first, a brief detour to a local food market that can best be described as character building.
Our first thing is to go through a market. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look.
Look at that.
They are spied, aren't they? I've had them in the street.
So we've just stopped in this local market for a little bit of a quick tour around so that we can see what ingredients we're going to be using in the cooking school. So we've got the cooking school manager who's taking us around and showing us the food we're going to be cooking in a little while.
Can we make sure we don't get any spiders or any sort of insect things?
Yeah.
The fruit and vegetables were gorgeous, piles of tropical colour that looked like they'd been arranged by a food stylist. But then came the other sections deeper into the market. Let's just say, if you're at all squeamish, this is your cue to skip ahead to the cooking class. The next few scenes may induce nausea, distress, or a bit of both, possibly in that order. You have been warned.
They take all everything out and they mix it with the pepper, salt, sugar, and then they put inside again and steam. After steam until done, so the heat is
Like chick in the eggs.
Sounds delicious.
Do you want one? I'll get you one tonight.
You can cook at home, easy.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot of things going on down here. The air in here is really quite close and cloying. Quite oppressive, actually. There's no air going through this at all. And just smells. You really have to appreciate the smells. Look what's in those buckets.
I can't even take a photo of that. Don't even want to look at it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, this is where
Slaughtered.
this is where the smell, I think, is coming from. Goodness knows what's hanging up there. I haven't got a clue. Oh my goodness, there's some chickens there. Would you like to see the chickens? Now, they look like rubber chickens.
no
Those are the chickens that we get back in the UK from a joke shop. Here we are. Some more. So we've got a nice selection of frog's legs there. It's the chicken feet there. It's like going through a sort of carnival of slight horrors through this section of the market.
Live chicken warning. Oh.
Eels.
Yeah.
Chickens. What's a chicken? Actually, pigeons. Pigeons are in that cage. You have to have a quite a strong stomach to be in this market. There's even little birds in cages. Why would you eat those?
Having survived the market and learned more than we ever wanted to about what counts as edible, we clambered back aboard the coach, ready for the relative calm and culinary redemption of the cooking school.
Helen's having a few problems. I'm putting the apron on. Look at this. Tuck myself in. Very dapper. We are ready to cook.
The Don Bosco Hotel School in Sihanoukville is a vocational training centre with a heart. Part hospitality school, part working hotel, and part culinary classroom. Run by the Don Bosco Foundation of Cambodia, it provides disadvantaged local youth with professional training, and your visit directly supports that mission. The cookery class is one of these standout experiences, hands-on, flavourful and refreshingly authentic. You're guided by students and instructors through the techniques behind Cambodian dishes in a setting that feels more like a working campus than a commercial attraction. There's also a surprisingly serene escape from the bustle of Sihanoukville. Reviews describe the experience as friendly, educational and delicious, with the added satisfaction of supporting a good cause. In short, you get lunch, the students get training, everyone wins.
And here is the end result. What does it taste like, Helen?
It tastes like an omelette, but it's slightly cakey as well, so it's actually really nice.
It's like a pancakey omelette.
Yeah.
Oh, look at how the curry's coming on. Oh my goodness. This is the end result of our cookery class. The final
Fish amok.
fish amok with sticky rice.
Nice.
Oh, and you also may be treated to some traditional dance after your meal, like we did. Having only just polished off our banzeo and fish amok, two dishes so tasty they should really come with a warning label, we vowed to keep things light and head to the World Cafe for a modest evening nibble. Naturally, the moment we arrived, all resolve melted faster than an ice cream in Phnom Penh. With so many tempting options staring back at us, light meal quickly transformed into, let's try everything. Purely for research purposes, of course. After an overnight in port, we launched into the day with the kind of enthusiasm only fueled by a coffee and an almond croissant from the living room bar. Because nothing says diet out of the window quite like a large laminated pastry before 8 a.m. Then it was off to join our included Viking excursion.
Welcome to Cambodia, day 2. And today we're at a temple. I still don't know what it's called. So we're just going to keep going and let the voiceover correct me. My own voiceover correct me.
Thanks me, I'll take it from here. Our morning stop was actually Wat Krom. Perched on a breezy hill with views rolling out towards the city and the Gulf of Thailand. The temple is dedicated to Ya Mao, a beloved coastal guardian spirit, and the complex is a working Theravada Buddhist pagoda with a main vihara, bold Khmer murals, shrines, stupas, and a particularly photogenic reclining Buddha, who looked far more serene than any of us felt at that hour. Although the temple itself was partially under restoration, we still managed a good explore of its vibrant, intricately decorated corners. Nice to see these things being renovated by craftsmen too.
Right, we are now inside the monks' dining room, preparing. It's like they're preparing lunch. Look at the noodles, look. Look at those. All sorts of things are going on here. Fascinating. Incredible. And this is where they have their lunch. This is the monks' dining table.
We wrapped up our visit with another traditional dance performance. Always graceful, always impressive, and always making us wonder why we can barely coordinate walking in a straight line, while these lovely people seem to float on air. From there we made our way to Independence Beach for cold refreshments and a toe dip in the sea, or for the more energetic among us, a stroll along the length of the pier.
Okay, so the final stop on this tour, excursion, is a fishing village.
The final stop took us to a nearby fishing village just north of the city. We wandered for half an hour, soaking up the authentic slice of Cambodian life on a Sunday morning. Roosters crowing, scooters buzzing. fishermen mending their nets, and us trying to not look too much like we've just stepped off a luxury ship. Unsuccessfully, of course.
You can see the boardwalk here is, oh, it's a little bit rickety. And so you have to watch your step a bit. Oh, it's wobbly as well. This is really wobbly. Some of these boats, and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, how? How does that cope with heavy seas? This is real life in Cambodia.
Back on board in time for lunch, we made a tactical beeline for the pool grill to try our first burger of the voyage. I opted for the classic Viking burger, bunless, to try and shave off a little bit of carb count before dinner, while Helen chose her favourite pancho burger, heroically topped with blue cheese, guacamole and spicy mayo. And if there's one thing I've learned in our decades-old relationship, is that I can't keep Helen away from a good pool.
Good evening, and greetings from Cambodia. But what's the place called? I can't remember the place.
It's called Sihanoukville.
Oh my goodness, you're good at that.
Well, I don't know. I've probably pronounced it wrong, but I've given it a good go.
I just think of it as Cambodia. I can't pronounce any of the names, as you probably know.
No. We've only seen a tiny bit of Cambodia. That's all we've seen. So I'm sure that there's much more to see. So hopefully we'll come back one day and see some of the other areas, Siem Reap and Phnom Penh and things.
Well, it's interesting. Siem Reap and Phnom Penh and Angkor Wat.
Yeah.
We've stayed away from the major tourist attractions, and we've sort of skirted around the edges and gone through a little bit more local. And I think that's a great way of doing it as well. It really is, because it shows that complete picture, doesn't it?
A lazy afternoon around the pool drifted into cocktails in the living room, accompanied by the soothing tones of the resident classical duo. Ideal prelude, really, for our dinner at the chef's table, where tonight's feature was the Lotus menu. The chef's table is definitely a highlight for us and showcases a revolving cast of themed menus that change every 3 days or so. One night you might be exploring, as we were on this cruise, the Asian panorama, the Indonesian, or maybe the Great British menu. On a 14-night cruise, you'll probably get 4 menus like we did. Each course is meticulously paired with appropriate wines, although if you're feeling particularly fancy, you can fork out for the Silver Spirits package, which promises better wine than the House Plonk, which, let's be honest, is already complimentary and thus automatically superior. A final flurry of classical guitar in the theatre rounded off the evening with just the right amount of elegance, and an equally welcome lack of exertion. Wonderful.
Well, good morning from the South China Sea. First time we've cruised this sea, and it's looking remarkably calm out there. It's not a little bit grey, so it's not very colourful this morning, but we've decided to go to the main restaurant for a sit-down breakfast. A sit-down breakfast is really nice on a sea day, isn't it? Let's just take a look at this menu. Oh, so many good things on here, including pork chops and steak. Having that last time. Just a really good quality menu full of top-notch choices. I just don't know what to choose. I'm just going to go for the stuff that I normally do. First off is normally one of my benchmark tests. Granola and Greek yogurt. This granola is absolutely delicious. It's homemade, very nutty, which is what I like. Less fruit, more nuts. Toasted, and it's just, oh, so delicious. It's vegan as well, yes. There we are. Eggs Benedict. Helen's very pleased with her Eggs Benedict. And I've got just a plain old ham and mushroom omelette, but I like that. So, Viking restaurant breakfast. Massive thumbs up for that.
After breakfast, I headed off for a gym session, an activity I genuinely enjoy on a Viking ship, largely because the gyms are so spacious and well-equipped. Helen, meanwhile, opted for something far more civilised, joining a few of our fellow travellers for an outdoor constitutional around the promenade deck. 4 laps equals a mile, which sounds wholesome and impressive until you remember that on Viking, there are pastries within a 30-second radius at all times. But before we could say al dente, it was time for our Italian cooking class in the kitchen table. Laid on daily and gets booked out super quick, this is not just a sedentary cooking demonstration, which, let's be honest, often involves standing around trying to look interested while a chef makes you something you'll never attempt at home. No, instead, the kitchen table is where you actually do the work. It's an immersive culinary class by day and a convivial exclusive dining experience by night, where the only thing you have to worry about is whether your knife skills are going to embarrass you in front of the people you're about to eat with. It's wonderfully engaging, slightly terrifying, and definitely an absolute ton of fun. We donned our chef's hats, think bake-off but with free-flowing wine, and set about preening our first dish, mushroom risotto. Then came the immensely cathartic mode of taking out all of life's small irritations on a completely innocent piece of veal. Sufficiently tenderized, it was rolled up with mozzarella and sage, then tucked snugly inside Parma ham like a tiny meaty sleeping bag. With the veal sorted, one team tackled the risotto, while we nobly took on the dessert, whipping up a tiramisu that would make even the strictest Italian matriarch lower her eyebrows in approval. Want a fun way to spend a sea day? This is it.
The wine has come out. It was only a matter of time. Cheers, eh? You've got how's Team Risotto getting on? Let's just have a look. I'm going to come around the back. I'm infiltrating Team Risotto. Oh, they have the rice in. That's good. If we go back to Team Tiramisu. How's Team Tiramisu getting on? Doing well. Helen has overwhipped the cream because she was chatting too much. And now it looks like, well, I don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't look like cream. Helen, hang your head in shame. Don't tell the other team, but the cream's a bit lumpy. But we're having to ply them with wine so they don't notice the lumpiness. It's plate up time. Ready for our first course. And here we are. The first course, which is wild mushroom risotto with duck. Absolutely delicious. Cooking the mains now. Plating up mine right now. Look, here's mine. Here it goes. Fantastic. Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Coming through. And we finish on a superb tiramisu made by our own fair hand, of course. Thank you very much.
That afternoon, the weather perked up, the sun surfaced, and the roof came off the pool. Always a moment of collective joy. And even though lunch had been substantial, let's say, we absolutely could not resist another of our Viking Sea Day rituals, afternoon tea in the Winter Garden. Served daily between 4 and 5 p.m, delicious things are presented on a 3-tier cake stand that confirms Viking's research into the perfect afternoon tea was substantial. We enjoy ours with a chilled glass of champagne and a frankly indecent amount of extra cream for the scones. Along with Seabourn and Crystal, it remains one of 3 finest afternoon tea experiences you can have at sea. And trust us, we've researched this with the scientific rigour of people who really like cake.
Well, good morning, a very good morning to you as we are approaching Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. We are currently leaving the sea and about to transit the river to take us to, well, the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City where we will dock. It's been a really lovely, lazy morning. We're upstairs in the Explorer's Lounge in the upper part. You get this fabulous panoramic view And downstairs I've got coffees and teas and pastries all laid out on the counter. Lots of people up here, just enjoying the sailing. Our first excursion of the day is about 1:30, 2-ish. Go and explore South Ho Chi Minh City. So, in the meantime, just relax with some of these views.
The weather was as dull as the industrial skyline around where Viking Venus was docking, so we brightened ourselves up considerably by opting for a delicious light lunch in our favourite breakfast and light lunch hangout, Mamson's. Tucked away to the side of the Explorers Lounge, Mamson's, lovingly named after and inspired by the mother of Vikings chairman Torstein Hagen, is a charming and more authentically Norwegian alternative to the main buffet, offering up light-as-air Norwegian treats, open-faced sandwiches, and, most importantly, the daily waffle, a culinary masterpiece and arguably the top justification for booking a Viking cruise in the first place. It's all served in a warm, cosy nook, blissfully free of cruise ship glitz, making it the ideal spot for a quiet coffee and pastry before the next round of sightseeing chaos kicks in.
Right, I think we're ready to go on our tour this afternoon, which takes us into Ho Chi Minh City. If you want to come to Vietnam, you have to have one of these landing cards. That's our cruise ship visitor's visa, and you have to have them with you all the time. So we keep them until we leave Vietnam, which will be Ha Long Bay in a few days' time. I can finally say it.
What's that?
Good morning, Vietnam! Well, that's buggered that one up then, isn't it? Because it's the afternoon. Here we are, bus number 17. Good afternoon. Scenic Ho Chi Minh. You know, I really do love the coaches in these countries, look. So welcoming and very colourful. Look, we've got a lot of the finial. Welcome. Here we go. Ho Chi Minh, here we come.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, prepares you for the glorious vehicular pandemonium of Ho Chi Minh City. The roads resemble a live-action video game where everyone's on two wheels. Nobody appears to be losing. With over 7.3 million motorbikes registered and roughly 700 scooters for every 1,000 humans, the maths works out at, well, absolutely loads. On any given day, somewhere between 4 and 6 million motorbikes are buzzing around, and it all seems to be heading for the same junction you're trying to cross. Crossing the river, we got our first tantalising glimpse of the city centre, a mashup of colonial-era architecture and modern bustle, as we rolled towards our first stop of the day, the Emperor Jade Pagoda. Built in 1909 by a Cantonese Chinese migrant, it's an unexpectedly serene little cocktail of Taoism, Buddhism and Confucianism, a pocket-sized haven plonked right in the centre of utter urban chaos. Among drifting incense and flickering candlelight, it seems like stepping briefly into another world, one that doesn't beep at you constantly. The tranquility lingers pleasantly right up to the moment you re-emerge into the city's symphony of honks. Then it was back on board the coach for a leisurely spin around the city, including a brief stop at the Independence Palace, a place so perfectly preserved in its late 60s aesthetic, you'd half expect someone in a miniskirt to offer you a baby sham.
I made a quick stop to the palace. That's what you call a contemporary palace. It makes Buckingham Palace look like Buckingham Palace. This one looks like a city hall.
We passed the elegant Opera House and eventually arrived at the fully scaffold-clad Notre Dame Cathedral before hopping off at the post office for a short wander down Book Street. Ho Chi Minh City's Book Street, opened in 2016, began life as a way to encourage reading and has since evolved into a cultural hangout full of bookshops, cafes and the occasional literary event.
Here we are in Book Street, I suppose famous for selling books, I guess.
Designed by Gustave Eiffel, yes, that Eiffel, apparently he did more than towers, the central post office is a handsome blend of Gothic, Renaissance and French colonial flourishes, and impressively, still functions as an actual post office. Our final stop of the day was the wonderfully chaotic Ben Thanh Market. First built in 1914 and now home to more than 1,500 stalls, it sells everything from fragrant spices and embroidered fabrics to bubbling pots of po.
It's literally, oh my goodness, this is the This is the walk of... No, thank you. No, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, we are stuck down here, honey. I don't know where we are. It is literally a labyrinth of... it's so narrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you can see, this is absolutely vast in here. All genuine goods. I'll tell you what I would like, though. I'd love to have one of those cats that does this.
You want one of them, do you?
Yeah, they are so cool. Let's go this way, shall we? What is these? These are nice, aren't they? I do like them. Yeah, they are pretty cool, actually. Helen's just bartered for the first time in her life. Oh, look, it's my favourite again.
Huh?
Look at them.
You want a kitty cat?
No, I won't be able to get it
Nordic
home, will
Buddha.
it? Yeah, I know. I don't like the Buddhas as much as the cat. They just... Ooh. Oh, my giddy arm. Look at that. Oh, things are getting worse. It's all getting a bit... Oh, my goodness. It's all getting a bit horrific. Obviously, with 5 minutes to go, the challenge is to get out of here at the right gate because there's so many gates. See, there's one there, but I don't know, that's obviously not our gate because that goes onto a side street. We have found an exit. Oh, there's some coaches, Helen. Coach 17. There it is.
With a mere half-hour's dash through the narrow aisles and attempting a bit of haggling, we emerged triumphantly with pottery. It's the only thing we could find to fit into the suitcase. By the time we returned from the tour, nudging 8 p.m, we made a beeline for the bar and ordered a large glass of wine before scurrying back to our room for room service burgers eaten in our robes.
Tonight, well, we're just back from that Ho Chi Minh City tour. We're going to have a night in. Big glass of rosé. Have ourselves a burger. Because at the moment, what's the time at the moment? 9 o'clock. So it's 9 p.m. We've got a really early start tomorrow. And we really just can't face going out. Helen's gone for a plant-based burger. I've gone for a Viking burger. Oh, look at that.
The perfect, gloriously lazy ending to a day spent navigating what might genuinely be the busiest city on the planet.
Good morning, Vietnam. Today we're on a full day's excursion. So we're up super early. Got ourselves some breakfast being delivered. And oh my goodness, look how many coaches are here today. Absolutely full-on day for everybody by the looks of it.
Today's full-day excursion was going to be challenging. We were visiting the war tunnels and museum.
We are coach 8. There is a lot of people going ashore today. Look at all these really well-organised paddle wavers. That's coach 8, yes.
The 2+ hour drive whisked us back through the city just as it was yawning itself awake, scooters revving, street vendors steaming, and the good folk of Vietnam getting on with their daily lives, having lived through what we were about to see.
We've arrived at the tunnels. As you can see, it's very, very busy. This is a very interesting, one of the highlights of the whole cruise. Helen's become the group leader. A dream come true.
Yes. Follow me, everybody.
Are you supposed to be following?
Oh, I was enjoying it.
You failed, Helen. You've been sacked already. Thank you. We have our tickets here. Let's have a quick gander at the board. That is the tunnel complex.
Mervyn, our guide, led us on a winding walk through the woods, pausing to show us the ingenious and often terrifying realities of living, working, and fighting from beneath the forest floor.
That is a bamboo trap. Oh my goodness, look down there. Oh my. So here we have, lots of really gory traps. Whoa.
All the trap are poison. Poison the trap. This one America called crocodile trap. Crocodile. Just look like crocodile. This is the shooting trap. If we step on it, if we step on this kind of trap, we cannot feel full up the leg.
Here we are. This is the source of the gunfire.
Ironically, one of the busiest attractions at the site seemed to be the rifle range, because nothing says day of sombre reflection quite like popping off a few rounds next to the gift shop. Then it was finally our turn to see what the tunnels themselves were actually like.
I'm going in. Have I got a trail of ladies behind me? That's nice, isn't it?
They're your little hearts.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, they lived in this. This is a big one. Oh my God.
Are you all right, babes?
Yeah, I'm just not enjoying it very much.
Out. Oh, we're only into a small air gap. There's a vent there. Fresh air at least. Oh my goodness, look at that. And there's a drop. Look at that.
I think we're nearly there.
No, come in. Here we go. Oh, here we are.
That was awful.
You can keep going. Wow. Tempted. Are we going to keep going? You're going to do it. Here we go. Oh my giddy aunt, it's got so dark. Oh, look at that. Take a breath. Right, let's carry on. Oh, it goes uphill. Oh my giddy aunt. Whew. So, how was that, Helen?
Well, it wasn't very pleasant, but I'm glad I did it.
Some members of our group, including our friend Alice here, squeezed into the hidden tunnel entrances.
Raise up your arm, duck down.
In fact, Alice was intent on trying to crawl down every tunnel, until this one was just a squeeze too far.
Where's she going now? Is she going to crawl through?
Hi, Alice. It's amazing.
See you in 3 days.
She don't like it.
Is it really bad?
I don't like it.
Leaving the tunnels in a rather reflective mood, we headed off for a traditional Vietnamese lunch in a pretty little location I can't remember the name of. But it was a bit of light relief before this afternoon's, well, there was more stress to come, let's put it that way.
Here we are. Isn't that nice? Table for 7. Table for 7. We're all here. And seafood spring rolls, papaya salad with shrimp, pork, fried fish and tomato sauce, grilled chicken and sticky rice, sautéed water spinach with garlic, seafood fried rice and fruit. They're going to have all of that.
Back in the city centre, our next scheduled stop was the very sobering War Remnants Museum.
Seems there's a lot of military veterans have just arrived with a ton of medals. And they'll come and do a group visit, I think. So cool.
While the outside courtyard displayed tanks and aircraft with all the gravitas of a slightly intense open-air showroom, inside is a far more harrowing encounter. Photographs, personal accounts, and exhibits that confront the brutal realities of the Vietnam War. It's a stark, deeply moving reminder of the costs borne by this country over nearly 2 decades of conflict. Be warned, some of the exhibits in here are horrifically stomach-churning.
I couldn't even go in here. It's just too horrific. The exhibits in there, absolutely shocking.
A heavy day indeed, but before returning to the ship we had one final stop, and this one came with ice and a garnish. We made a quick detour to the iconic Rex Hotel for a cocktail at its famous rooftop bar, looking out over the city as it began to glow for the evening.
So here we have a Rex-Apolitan, which is basically a cosmopolitan with the word Rex in front of it. Cheers, everybody, to a lovely, semi-stressful, quite horrific day.
The drive back to the ship along the river at sunset gave us a quiet moment to reflect on everything we'd seen today. And then a very special evening awaited. Dinner at the chef's table, this time featuring the British menu, made even more memorable because we were dining with its creator, the lovely Karen Burns Booth, who kindly introduced us to each course as we worked our way through them. What a thoughtful, emotional and unforgettable end to an extraordinary day.
Good morning from Vietnam. It's 5:30 and we've only got half a day here because we set sail around lunchtime, but there's lots of tours going out really early this morning. From now really. But we've decided to stay on board today and catch up with a few things. So while everyone's out enjoying themselves and enjoying the last of Vietnam for a while, a bit later on we're going to take a stroll over to here. So they set this little market up opposite the ship, which apparently you can get loads of like genuine branded products really cheap. So probably off to get myself some Ralph Lauren tops and some Rolex watches, and it's all completely official. See you in a bit.
To be honest, we achieved almost nothing all day. Not a thing. Well, except wandering over to the market and buying lots of genuine branded goods. For much, much cheapness. The previous few days had been so packed, intense and emotionally draining that our brains collectively staged a walkout. So we spent the day doing what any sensible person does after tunnelling through history and humidity, eating ice cream and annoying your other half, of course.
I am winning today. I've got creme brulee ice cream and, wait for it, Nutella ice cream, Helen. I daren't look up, she's got a mouthful of food.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, there you go. Ready?
No, not what I'm eating.
Really, it's the best ice cream at sea. Can't be. Oh, yeah.
As we drifted back down the Mekong, the river gradually widened into the bustling shipping lanes of the South China Sea, our aquatic motorway for the next day or so. But come evening, the ship collectively perked up, taking full advantage of the balmy weather and seas as smooth as a moisturised seal. The entertainment team announced a deck barbecue and dance party. The pool deck, which was clearly born for such moments, sprang to life. Guests dutifully abandoned all notions of restraint and proceeded to dance the night away, fueled by grilled things, desserts, good vibes, and perhaps one or two cocktails of questionable strength. Hands up. Who likes sea days? A modest forest of hands. Not surprising, sea day or two is the universe's way of saying, sit down, have a nap, and stop trying to photograph everything. And on this itinerary, which is so packed it should probably come with a warning, today's pause was timed to perfection. The sun beamed obligingly as we gazed out across the South China Sea from those gloriously wide-open windows on the pool deck, before retreating to the Explorer's Lounge to admire the same view again, but this time through very clean glass and with better chairs. Outside, Deck 9 was showing off like an overachieving teenager. Roof above the pool was fully retracted, the loungers were basking, and Viking Venus was flexing her warm weather muscles with all the subtlety of a bodybuilder oiling up for a photo shoot. We even spotted an old friend, proof that the cruising world is secretly very small. At the stern in the World Cafe, we wandered out to the rear terrace for a pre-lunch ogle at the wake before discovering the chefs had pulled off a mid-voyage miracle, a surprise PO station. The smell alone would have converted even the most noodle-adverse passenger. It went down very well. The afternoon brought trivia, and we assembled a team of eager brains, and at least one lucky guesser.
Today we are doing trivia with these people. They're called Brits Abroad. And,
1 more minute to go.
1 minute warning. It's a sea day today, which is why we have trivia.
The staff swung by distributing the local beverage, which naturally we sampled, purely for cultural research purposes. Then, in a shocking twist, we actually won the trivia. Seems local beer does, in fact, augment knowledge. Someone should tell the universities. Victory celebrations led straight into afternoon tea in the Winter Garden, because that's what civilized humans and sea days are made for. By evening, the stupendously expensive Steinway in the living room was being given a workout worthy of Carnegie Hall. Over in the Explorer's Lounge, a surprise appearance, the fabled nut funnel. A recurring guest star over the years, When did we last feature one in a vlog? Answers in the comments, please. Bragging rights await. Dinner at the chef's table wrapped it all up with an Indonesian feast that could make a grown adult weep gently into their satay. Boring sea days? Absolutely not. This one was brilliant from sunrise to nut funnel.
Well, a good morning from Chiang Mai in Vietnam. It's not a very picturesque port, I've got to say, but Mamson's is definitely picturesque. Where are we heading today, Ham?
We are going to Da Nang,
Da Nang.
which is about an hour's drive away. It's not too far, but as all things in Vietnam, distance is not the issue. It's speed.
It seems to be speed, the quality of the roads and the traffic.
Yeah, we're visiting a pagoda, temple, and a sculpture museum. We are then going to the beach, Mai Kai Beach, also known as China Beach, and then back.
Yeah, great. But first, we've got waffles.
Good.
That is a Mamson's waffle. Our first stop of the day in Da Nang is, ta-da! Look at that. What a stunning building that is. We're going to find the large statue of the Lady Buddha. We come over to this part of the sprawling complex, and all of a sudden you're upon this giant statue. Absolutely enormous. These trees are just magnificent, aren't they? They must be hundreds of years old. Hundreds. So we're walking through this sort of garden that's full of large-eared statues.
The large ears on these Buddha statues aren't random decoration. They're deeply symbolic. In Buddhist art, long earlobes equals wisdom and compassion. They reflect Buddha's ability to listen to the suffering of all beings, as well as heightened perception and the ability to hear truths that go beyond ordinary understanding. None more so than the laughing Buddha, or Buddhai, who sits in prominent position in front of the main attraction. He's significant as a symbol of happiness and abundance. In contrast, the 67-metre-tall Lady Buddha, perched atop a lotus flower, is slender and serene, robed in flowing garments symbolising compassion, mercy and protection. She's revered as a divine protector, especially of fishermen and sailors in Da Nang, where she faces the sea. Making our way back into the city along the coast road, Da Nang decided to play drama queen. The skyline became completely swallowed by a rolling wall of sea mist, as if the city had left a giant fog machine running by mistake. A surprisingly powerful sight for a Saturday morning.
Wow, look at this. We have stopped for a beer and a snack on the famous beach. One of the prettiest beaches in Vietnam. It's one of the loudest. Oh, my giddy aunt. We've got beer, a nice Huda, which is a local beer. We've got carrot cake, and look at that. We've got the ocean. How amazing is this for a stop?
Drinks polished off, we squeezed in a stroll along Mai Kai Beach. 9 kilometres of golden sand and gentle surf. It was once the unexpected R&R spot for American troops during the Vietnam War. China Beach, to them, a place where you could momentarily forget the chaos and pretend you were in a particularly sandy episode of MASH. Crossing the Han River, we trundled over the famous Dragon Bridge, opened on the 29th of March 2013 to mark the 38th anniversary of Da Nang's liberation and by sheer cosmic coincidence, we crossed it on the very same date, but for the 50th anniversary instead. A small moment, but one of those, oh nice, travel coincidences. We were technically heading for the Sculpture Museum, but after a lightning visit worthy of a museum-based speed run, shh, don't tell anyone, I found it a bit dry. We spent most of our allotted time meandering along the flower-draped riverfront instead. Zero regrets, plenty of blossoms.
Right, our final stop is at this very picturesque little place where you can take a selfie. Should we take a selfie as well? Let's grab a quick selfie, shall we?
On the way back to the ship, we made a little detour to Anku Lagoon, a brackish water beauty spot beloved by locals and savvy visitors. Tucked between Hue and Da Nang, it lounges at the foot of the Phu Gia Pass, with the Bac Ma Mountains behind and Lang Ko Bay in the front. It's home to a wonderfully quirky ecosystem and some rather industrious oyster farms.
Back to the ship. What a brilliant day it's been. I'll tell you where we're going now. Afternoon tea.
That evening we adopted for dinner in the restaurant, treating ourselves to the destination menu, comforting noodle soup, stir-fried pork, and panda's creme brulee. Panda not included, much to everyone's relief. Afterwards we trotted up to the pool deck, grabbed popcorn and headphones, and stretched out under the stars for a movie. Not a bad way to end a day that started with mist, dragons and oysters, hey? We awoke brimming with optimism, fully expecting to glide into Halong Bay beneath serene glass-flat seas and those glamorous brochure-approved blue skies. Instead, we got, well, sick bags. Still, as we edged closer, the weather grudgingly let us see the first ghostly shapes of Halong's famous limestone towers, those great dragon-forged monoliths, while we sat in the Explorer's Lounge pretending we were the only ones who had that idea. Viewer, we were not. Most of the guests were here. Halong Bay, of course, is Vietnam's geological showstopper. Its name literally means descending dragon, based on the very sensible legend that a celestial family of dragons dropped jewels, jade, and presumably excellent TripAdvisor reviews into the water, which promptly became the Bay's islands. UNESCO, keen to get in on the action, crowned it a World Heritage Site in 1994 for sheer beauty, and again in 2000 for its geology. Because if you've got over 1,600 limestone pillars shaped over millions of years, you're absolutely allowed 2 awards. And despite the weather doing its best impression of a damp shrug, the sailing was still glorious, moody, majestic, and every bit as dramatic as we'd hoped, just in a slightly greyer palette.
Welcome to the afternoon in Nam. Today we're going on a boat because we're at Halong Bay. Or it's not Halong Bay, I'm sorry, it's Halong Bay. I must get my pronunciations right. It's Halong Bay. So excited for this. So let's get on board. And there's the beautiful Viking Venus just over there.
Well, the weather may have refused to improve, but at least it wasn't raining, and our enthusiasm still shone like the midday sun. Our Viking included excursion featured a scenic dayboat that took us on an hour or so ride over the bay towards the casts and islands. Once there, we spent another hour or so pootling around these magnificent formations, not only witnessing the rocks themselves up close, but also the people living their lives on the water surrounding the islands.
When in Halong Bay, they even did their own beer, look. To enjoy while we're looking at the scenery. So cheers, everybody. Take a look at this. Wow.
Staying in Halong Bay overnight, we had another day to explore, and having enjoyed being on the water amongst the islands so much, we chose an excursion to get us even closer to nature, opting to go kayaking. Here we are, we've arrived at the secret kayak base. It's a bit like a Bond film, isn't it? Where you turn up at the villain's lair. Well, kayaking villain, obviously. Welcome one and all to Kayak City. Thank you very much. What do we have here? It's a tiny little ticket. Will give us kayaking joy. We'll collect the ticket. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here comes the kayak. Right. Okay. We're in. That's a good thing. Look at this. We are kayaking in Halong Bay. Wow. Wow. That is a view, honey. That is a view. Look at him. Look at his little face.
I'm going to go looking for another monkey. There's probably more.
We are on the hunt for more monkeys. Can you hear them?
They're over there.
Where are they? Shall we go and find the monkeys? Shall we go on a monkey hunt? When I draw out, you can see how big the cliffs are in relation to... Look at it.
Riley.
And it's all sheer. Isn't it lovely? It's so peaceful.
Oh, there's a monkey.
Where?
Up there, look.
Is there?
Can you see him up there?
Where?
Look, on the cliff face.
Helen, what can you see?
Monkeys!
There's 2 monkeys.
Loads of monkeys!
It's a family of monkeys.
Yeah, they're all
moving
up, but you have to, they're right up high.
Wow, they are literally on that sheer
Yeah,
face.
they're literally clambering over the cliff face.
That's incredible. I think I'm pointing at the right place.
So many! Look at them!
These, of course.
That's amazing.
Oh, look at them all! If you look at
Wow.
Bosco, there's one up there as well. He's a big one, that one up there.
Well, isn't that lovely with all the monkeys? Hey, hey, with the monkeys. People say we're monkey around, but we're too busy singing and putting a body down. That's my rendition of the monkeys, Helen, in a club style. I'm just trying to be friendly. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
The way they might move it.
So this is the lagoon, and how tranquil is this? So quiet. I'm very lucky to have the whole little lagoon to ourselves. It's just the most tranquil thing. And a stunning place to kayak, isn't it? Absolutely stunning.
Oh, look at them.
That is so cute. Wow. So cute. Got lots of tourists coming in now. Our little tranquility bubble has been burst. So we're going to head back now. On the way through, we can now see all the rock formations. Look at all the rock formations hanging down. Whew. Safely ashore. With no let up in the action, we had a quick change back on board, threw some lunch at our faces and headed out again, this time to explore on foot the city centre. Here we are in Halong City. And we're now going to just have a look in the local market. There's deep fried stuff. I don't know what it is, but now this is where it's getting very interesting, the market. The star attraction of the market is, unsurprisingly, the seafood section. Because Halong sits on the Gulf of Tonkin, stalls overflow with the day's catch. Wriggling crabs, prawns, squid, clams, oysters, and live fish swimming in tiny tubs of seawater. The sheer volume and variety give you a sense of just how central the sea is to local life here. Beyond the seafood market, the city was an interesting place to wander around. and we spent a good hour or so checking out local life.
Cool architecture there. Oh, hi fans. These shops are cool. Hey! Found a pickleball court in the middle of the road. So good. It's a fascinating city. In fact, the whole trip has been fascinating. Every single day has produced some new surprise. It's just a wonderful itinerary. It really is. Everything puts a smile on your face. There's actually nothing boring or standard about it whatsoever. It's just brilliant. I recommend anyone to do it. So good. We've finally made it to the front, and well, you can see the vista here. This is one heck of a frontage to your city, and there's this lovely walkway here. It's like a half circle, and you can walk out and just look at the view. This whole place is just, it's quite magical, isn't it?
Leaving port that evening, we finished our stay in Halong Bay appropriately with the Asian menu at the chef's table.
Good morning. It is 6 a.m, or just a little after 6 a.m. And we are, well, there's quite a few of us up, as you can see. We are approaching our final destination, and it promises to be one of the most spectacular sailings of the voyage, probably the most. I know Halong Bay was pretty spectacular, but this is completely different. We are approaching Hong Kong Harbour, and I am super excited for this one. It's something I've wanted to do all my life. Our family has a connection to Hong Kong, and this is one of those ones. And I'm so excited. So let's do some filming, show you Hong Kong. On the way to discover the postcards of Hong Kong.
First up was the tram ride up to Victoria Peak. Peak Tram is a historic funicular railway that's been hauling unsuspecting mortals up the mountainside since 1888. Originally, it shuttled wealthy residents and colonial officials to their lofty mansions, presumably so they could look down on everyone, both literally and figuratively. The ride may only be 1.4 kilometres long, but the incline is so steep that the skyscrapers outside appear to be leaning. This optical oddity has given the tram minor urban legend status, with locals insisting gravity is simply having a cheeky laugh. At the summit, you're spat out into Peak Tower, a curvy architectural diva stuffed with shops, restaurants, and yes, even a Madame Tussauds. But the real showstopper is the mouth-gaping view over Hong Kong. We could even spot Viking Venus glinting in the distance. There she is.
Yeah, so many viewpoints on this. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. Oh. We're going to have a look over here. An alternative view. I think this is the lesser popular view. Well, there you go. Look at that. A completely different side to Hong Kong. That's the Pok Fu Lam Country Park, I believe. Not that I'm reading that off anything. or anything. Next stop was a coach ride down to the island's balmy south and the famous Stanley Market. The market itself is a happy labyrinth of covered lanes selling everything from silk robes and jade jewellery to Chinese calligraphy, embroidered linens and cheap t-shirts you'll swear you'll never buy, but inevitably do. I mean, don't tell anyone, but I bought some elephant trousers. 2 pairs for $5 US. I mean, it's got a whiff down here of my old aunt and uncle's Chinese shop. My aunt, she is from Hong Kong. She's Hong Kong Chinese, and they came across in the 70s and started a Chinese import business. And this literally brings back smell memories. Next stop was Aberdeen, one of Hong Kong's oldest districts and once a bustling fishing village, whose harbour brimmed with boat people living their entire lives on junks and sampans. We climbed aboard a traditional sampan for a 10-minute wobble around the harbour, gliding between ageing fishing boats and the sort of yachts that say, "I am a boat person, but of a different kind." A rare glimpse of a way of life slowly slipping away. You may also notice strange holes and chunks taken out of the middle of skyscrapers around here. There's a very mystical reason behind this. Well, according to traditional belief, the hills and harbour around Hong Kong are home to powerful dragon spirits. These dragons like to travel from the mountains to the water. Unfortunately, the modern skyline has blocked the ancient dragon flight paths. The remedy? Punch a hole through the middle of your tower, a big one. These openings are called dragon gates, and they're intentionally designed to let good energy and symbolic dragons pass from the mountains behind the city down to the sea. Getting back, we had enough time for a breezy amble along the promenade that proudly skirts Victoria Harbour. This features the Avenue of Stars, a section of the promenade with statues, sculptures, handprints and plaques along the promenade's handrail. Here we are, probably the most famous Chinese person in Hollywood, Mr. Jackie Chan himself. My favourite feature, though, was a very photogenic Bruce Lee statue, who looked ready to sidekick you into the harbour if you didn't get his good angle. Thankfully we did. It's such a lovely walk, and it naturally leads you to the Star Ferry, a simply must-do treat for visitors. The Star Ferry is one of Hong Kong's greatest icons, chugging people across Victoria Harbour since 1888. It's cheap, quick, nostalgically creaky, and quite possibly the best value viewpoint on Earth. $1 million panoramas for loose change? Yes, please. Once on Hong Kong Island, we found City Hall and made a beeline for Maxim's Palace, which was hidden on the second floor. A glorious chandelier sparkling banquet hall where dim sum is served the proper way, shuttled round the room on clattering trolleys by people who mean business. It was the perfect spot for some cheeky lunchtime chow. After collecting our dumplings, buns and well-steamed treasures, and getting our table card stamped like an enthusiastic dim sum passport, the bill was totalled. The only real danger, of course, is ordering too much, which we did, gleefully. Even after feasting with friends, it worked out at about £20 each. It seems it isn't just the ferry that's a bargain. As the sunny Hong Kong day turned to neon-filled night, and as Cecilia serenaded us one final time, we had time to reflect on this incredible voyage. After 2 weeks exploring Southeast Asia on board Viking Venus, our floating spa, fine dining restaurant, and trivia battleground, we'd kayaked beneath limestone casts in Halong Bay, dodged a million motorbikes in Ho Chi Minh City, and wandered through temples guarded by giant Buddhas with earlobes that could pick up Wi-Fi. We crept through war tunnels, walked through markets that resembled a bush tucker trial on I'm a Celebrity, and devoured enough waffles, po, and dim sum to require some serious diplomatic negotiations with our waistlines. And then came Hong Kong's grand finale, Victoria Harbour, glittering beneath skyscrapers with stylish architectural holes for dragons, naturally. A whirlwind of colour and culture, and memories worth every stamp on our dim sum card. We'll be dining out on this for years to come.
If you've enjoyed this, then please hit that like button, subscribe and watch these other Viking adventures next. We think they're all just as fabulous. Thank you.